Mike Lindell, the embattled purveyor of pillows with My Pillow, appeared on Steve Bannon's program this week, where Lindell made the prediction that the United States Supreme Court is getting ready to rule on a case, and Lindell says they're going to rule unanimously 9-0 to reinstate Donald Trump as the president of the United States. Because as we all know, that's totally how the legal system works, right? You can go up there and be like, hey, Supreme Court, I know you're not busy right now. Can you all just unanimously say that my guy's president? Cool. Awesome. You guys are rocking. Yeah, Mike, that's not how the legal system works. That's not how the electoral process works. That's not how anything in this country works. And more importantly, there are no more lawsuits, you dumbass. That's the part about this whole story I don't get. See, he was actually asked by Steve Bannon. Bannon was like, hey, you've lost 60 lawsuits now trying to overturn the results of the election. And Lindell was like, but aha, we have one more coming, and the attorney generals of all the states are going to be with us, and we're going to overturn it, and things will be great, and Trump will be back in the White House because I'm a total nutcase. And he really is. And I don't say that lightly. Mike Lindell has very serious problems, I do believe. 100%, you cannot convince me otherwise. I would need to see a brain scan and then have actual conversations with neurosurgeons and neuroscientists where they convince me based on the scans and psychological evaluations that there's nothing wrong with Lindell. That is the only evidence I will accept to prove to me that there is not something wrong with this guy. Here's the thing, though. Why is the Supreme Court waiting? Well, luckily, somebody who's just as nutso as Mike Lindell was on video yesterday, and they kind of explained, to a group of idiot MAGA folks what's actually happening. And that person was Lin Wood. And Lin Wood told this weird little all-white elderly crowd that the reason Donald Trump is not yet president, even though he is president, but he's not in the White House right now, is because God is actually trying to clean things up a little bit. He's letting Biden kind of deal with some BS, so Trump doesn't have to worry with it. Biden, you kind of do the piddling crap, and then once you finish that, you get out, Trump moves back in, and boom, MAGA again. That is actually what Lin Wood told that crowd yesterday. And then Mike Lindell's out there saying, we've got more court cases coming. You've literally lost every single one, and Steve Bannon actually had enough sense to point that out to you. Here's the thing. There are no more lawsuits coming. God is not somehow forcing Joe Biden to clean up a bunch of messes so that Donald Trump can move back into the White House. The election was decided. The recounts have proved it. The audits have proved it. Joe Biden won that election fair and square. Joe Biden is president. And Joe Biden is going to continue to be president until he is either voted out of office or, he passes on. Those are the two things. He's not going to be impeached because the guy's not, as far as we know, committed any crimes. If he does, we'll deal with that when it happens. But you're not going to get the Supreme Court to remove him from office. That's not how that works. The election challenges have all failed. And honestly, shame on Steve Bannon for parading this nutcase out there on the air every couple of days to look like a complete fool. I have to wonder at this point, is Steve Bannon doing this just to screw with Mike Lindell? Because he has him on all the time to spout these ridiculous conspiracy theories. Steve Bannon is as evil as they come, but he's not stupid. I know Steve Bannon knows none of this is real. So maybe he just enjoys watching Mike Lindell go full psychopath on the air. Man, it's probably great for ratings, huh, Steve? But what you're doing is actually exacerbating whatever kind of mental demons are kicking around inside of Mike Lindell's head. You want to help the man out? Don't give him airtime. Drive him to the nearest mental institution so he can get the help that he needs. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.